Yoga Guppy!
Hello and welcome to Yoga Guppy. I am Rashmi. Before we begin, I hope that you have checked out our channel on YouTube. It's called Yoga Guppy. We have fun stories and breathing exercises to make you healthy and strong. Now I hope you're ready to start today's story. You can sit still or lie down. We will focus on our breath for a few seconds so that we can also focus on the story once our minds quiet down. Let's take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. One more long deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Today's story is about a naughty little dinosaur. Do you know a fun fact about dinosaurs? The word dinosaur originates from the Greek language and it translates to a terribly enormous lizard. There are so many different kinds of dinosaurs. There's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, there's a Diplodocus, the Styracosaurus, the Velociraptor, and so many more. Today's story is about a very naughty Stegosaurus named Stuart. Stuart was a rather small Stegosaurus. He had shades of orange and maroon on his body. And there was something different about Stuart. He had a very unusual talent that most stegosaurs did not have. Stuart could roar louder than any of the dinosaurs from his family. In fact, he could roar even louder than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Naughty little Stuart loved to scare everyone with his rather loud roar. One morning, Bobby the Brontosaurus was picking berries from the tree so that he could take them home and make some delicious berry jam. Bobby was singing a song. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la. And he was plucking berries from the tree as slowly and as gently as he could. Stuart tiptoed very, very close to Bobby. He knew he wanted to be naughty in that moment, so he roared his loudest roar. Bobby the Brontosaur got so startled, all his berries fell onto the ground and splashed all over. Stuart laughed a naughty laugh and ran away quickly. Then there was Peter the Pteranodon, who was a flying dinosaur. Peter worked as a messenger and delivered messages from one part of the jungle to the other. Peter was very tired since he was working from sunrise to sunset. All he wanted to do was rest. So he decided to take a short nap. Peter lay down under the tree on the soft, soft grass and he slept off instantly. He was so tired that within seconds he started to snore. Stuart crept right behind him. He giggled at first and then he roared his scariest, loudest. Peter got so afraid, he let out a loud scream and he flew away as fast as he could. Stuart laughed out loud and ran away feeling very, very proud of what he had just done. On another day, there was Sid the Spinosaurus, who was standing by the pond and looking for fish to eat. Sid was very hungry and he hadn't eaten in 2 days. His head drew closer to the water in the pond as he tried to catch any fish that he could eat up. Finally, he spotted a fish and he was just about ready to catch it. Stuart let out a really loud and Sid fell right into the water with a big splash. Sid was upset, but Stuart laughed his naughty laugh and ran away again. Later that evening, Stuart found his friend Tia the Triceratops enjoying her stroll by the river. She had eggs in her basket and she was ready to cook a meal for her family. Tia was lost in her thoughts, thinking of all the ingredients she would add to make a delicious meal for her family. Suddenly, she heard a very loud. Tia was so scared she dropped all the eggs and ran as fast as she could. It was Stuart who let out that loud roar, but Tia didn't even turn to look at who it was. Stuart walked home feeling very happy. He loved troubling his friends and he had had so much fun. But wait, something was wrong. When Stuart went to bed that night, his throat felt rough and sore. He tried to speak, but all that came out of his mouth was a hoarse voice. He thought he would feel better once he woke up the next morning, but it got worse the next morning. He tried to play tricks on his friends again, but instead of his loud roar, all that came out was something that sounded like a croak. He kept trying to roar, but it just wouldn't come out. Peter the Pteranodon looked at Stuart and said, "Oh, Stuart, I'm glad you lost your roar." Some of the other dinosaurs teased him because he was so naughty and he had played so many pranks on all of them. Stuart went home feeling very sad. He spent the whole of next week getting better to recover from his sore throat. He drank some hot soup, he gargled with salt water, he practiced his breathing exercises, and he took lots of rest. He wished he had not played tricks on his friends. When he felt better, he stepped out to see his friends. But Stuart couldn't find anyone. He walked around and the whole place was deserted. He called out loudly, "Tia, where are you? Peter, I know you're hiding." But no one responded. Stuart realized that things were not quite right. He searched everywhere, but everyone was nowhere to be found. While he was searching, he spotted scary footprints. He knew exactly whose it was. He looked around and saw a big rock. Behind that rock, what he spotted was a humongous Tyrannosaurus Rex. This T-Rex was so hungry, he had not eaten anything for days. He was just about to eat up all of Stuart's friends. Stuart wondered if his roar was back, but he knew it was now or never to help his friends. He took a mighty breath in and he let out the loudest, scariest roar that anyone had ever heard. The T-Rex ran away as fast as he could without even looking at who was roaring. All he heard was a loud dinosaur roar, and that was enough to scare him. Stuart's friends were happy that his roar was of some use, and it saved them. The T-Rex kept running on for days after hearing Stuart's loud and mighty roar. I hope you enjoyed this story about Stuart, the naughty little dinosaur. And I would love for you to come back for more stories and lots more fun only on Yoga Guppy.
Yoga Guppy!